So we're here caving today, out hiking, and we're going to a pretty interesting area of caves that really hasn't been explored for 50 years or so. Well, since volcanic explosion here filled a lot of these caves with sand. So we're gonna go exploring what's supposed to be a really beautiful cave, but no one's been there since the 70s. We've got our maps with us and we're checking it out. But I'm with Bad Dad today, and we were wanting to answer the question. This is kind of strange. This is just sand. You can see the ground here is just, that's sand that developed from the ashes and everything from the big volcanic explosion. Can you see the volcano? You kind of can. It's there. Yeah, there it is. That's the volcano. You'll be able to see it in a second. It may not focus on it. But anyways, we wanted to answer the question a lot of people ask is why, or when did you get started caving? When did you, what makes you want to do this or go out in the outdoors? And I always say, or I often say in reply, well, we've always done this. We were born doing this. And then Dad started telling me the story about how long he's been doing it, so I wanted him to tell a story.
I used to climb up into the mountains to go fishing up creeks that were just brush and rough terrain, and I was started at about 5 years old. And sometime when I was about 8, I got lost and had to figure out how to find my way out, which took me all day. But it was so interesting that when I told my parents I had been lost, they didn't get angry. They said, "What did you learn?" And what I learned is that the out of doors is for exploring, and there are challenges to exploring, but if you meet those challenges, the earth is yours for the rest of your life.
But I wanted you to hear that story to sort of demonstrate that we were born into this. We live out here near this and always have in the Pacific Northwest. So it's not a matter of like when we decided to do something. We've always done this. We've done this since I was born, and because Dad's did it since he was born, and Jacob's did it since he was born. This volcano I showed you guys earlier, maybe I'll get a shot of that. Jacob climbed with me when he was 10 years old. So there wasn't a time where we decided to go out in the woods. We have to decide when to go into the city. Is specifically the cave entrance. I bet that's it. Pit entrance. That thing's been there. Yeah, that's as old as the 70s. Yeah, look at it.
This is the entrance? Yes, sir. You walked right to it.
Yeah, I nailed it on the first try. Go first and last. I'm gonna take my gear down. There's a cinders in that thing that will set up on that line that work the best for you, but I want to get my bag down in there and make sure that thing is, you can hold that ladder while I go down in there because it is a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, maybe.
That on?
Boy.
Yes, it is. All right. A little bit. No, I know. The rope's not, this isn't a knotted rope yet either, so. Okay, now I'll be able to feel, sometimes it looks scarier from here. It's probably not. But at least it exists. I do have the ladder in my truck. It's an actual, but I don't think it's tall enough. It's like a 12-footer. Might be tall enough. Okay, these seem to be, no, I mean, they're as easy to fall as they are anything. Yeah, that's not very great. And that's probably the whole of the cave. You're not gonna like that either. What I wanted to see is if I could help you better from, this is awesome. It's just a room. This is a pit. How cool is that? And then I'm gonna set my, now Dad's coming down here in the pit. You can come right out on that. Move your knee off that spot. You got like a good 7 inches here. There you go. Get a hold of that rope.
I got it.
This is a long ways down here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to make that. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay.
Oh, this handhold.
Now get a hold of this one down here, even though it's low.
Okay.
There's no, that you got like 4 feet to the ground here.
Is that the last handhold?
Yeah, it's a long ways down.
You got it?
Yep. Oh, that's easy. I'm just making sure you don't tumble too far. That's what I got you now.
All right.
I wanted him to jump on me. It'd be fun. He was fun. I was trying to get him to jump on me.
There used to be another foothold there.
I know, but look, that's the way into the cave. Hey, buddy. We're in the pit. We're gonna go in the pit. The pit of pit. I'm gonna go down there and figure out what it's like for space and everything. I suspect this is probably it. It's not supposed to be a crawly cave, but you know, whatever. There's your draft. Well, okay, it goes both ways. I suspect it's the same. This is pretty cool. You're just gonna be able to crawl down in here. Yeah, and this is not a problem because you can just lay and then it just goes right to the floor. The other way has a bit of a drop down. This way is more of a something else. If you wait a moment, I can film you doing it. Let me set my stuff down and then turn around. Bad Dad out of the tube room. Oh, you're going that way. And you can just slide in here, it just slides down a little. Pretty tight though. You're on the tight side there.
Too restrictive, but
no, I wouldn't. On the back is a little harder, but I guess it just depends. You're down. There's lots of shelving there.
Got it. Once it's clingy, isn't it?
Well, that's why I go on my stomach because it's hard to use your back muscles to do that. It gets tiring quite quickly.
Dad, and find my body orange. That's my color.
Right? Yeah, find my carcass orange. That's what we say. It's all you, Mama Drew. Bad Dad into the unknown. Do you want to attempt to talk while you're backing in there?
Yeah. This is a nice tight little crawl. Little water in the bottom to make it interesting. Probably from the rain that we had last weekend. But,
Jacob would call this a duck under. Hopefully this isn't to the sand pit. Hopefully this is into the cave. Oh, that's cool. It is wet in there. Quite wet. Goodbye, orange brick dad. Wow, we found a squeezer. He doesn't really appreciate these too much. That's his Find My Carcass orange. When your light shines on your yellow gloves, it gives a wonderful yellow glow in the cave. But he is just dying to get in there. Look at this guy. That is bizarre.
it's a tight one.
Oh, you're on the tight side too. And in the water. Oh, the choices you make for your life.
Okay. Get him back down.
Oh.
Seal.
Okay. There he is.
Oh, I'm standing. Good stand up.
Yeah, that should be it. We just emerged from the small space that is the entrance, that little crawl through. And this is wonderful. We got Bad Dad leading the way. Look at the ceilings. Ceiling height is about 8 or 9 feet. The floor is turning to sand here. Now, a lot of this sand, as you can see, Dad, you want to maybe kick the sand or demonstrate that it is sand for us?
Very hard.
Oh, it's good hard packed sand. When the volcano exploded in the early 80s, this cave was actually larger, filled a lot of these caves down here with sand. So we're here to see how high the sand level is.
There's more ash than sand.
More ash than sand. We just call it sand. So Bill, that orange blob's son, My brother, he has a science class, and they did a science experiment on the ashes they found in this cave. And what they found, Dad, was it is identical sand to the outside of the cave. This also had sand castles in it pre 1980.
Here's an interesting breakdown.
That is crazy. Look at that. Isn't that something? That is beautiful. This is neat. A little bit of a side thing over here. Oh, wow, look how flat the floor is. Look how flat the floor is. That's certainly something, huh?
Amazing. Big room.
Yeah. And we can walk around the breakdowns. This breakdown is also a different color because it's got sediment on top, so it turns the color of Dad's jacket there. Got that orange color. The rocks in caves, once you shine light on them, have every different kind of color. Pretty cool.
Every color in the rainbow.
All the colors of the rainbow. Look at the wall here. Check that out.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Melted, 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 melted. Very cool.
The eye is never full in here.
No, it's getting colder though, huh? Get away from the entrance and the temps start to drop, but it's only around 40 or so.
45.
You think so? Yeah, it's not bad to keep moving. I took my gloves off. Go ahead.
We've come to a fork in the road, only it's a fork in the cave, and a huge pillar here behind us, so we can go to the right or to the left, and decisions underground.
Yeah, it is. So one of the things we do when we come to a fork in the road is, this is what I do when there's a lot of forks, is this is the way that we came from. So I'd put a pillar there. I'd just take these rocks and make a little rock stack. There's a little rock stack right over here. I don't like where it's placed. I don't think this is going to be too confusing of a cave. But I would make a little rock stack like that. Can you shine your light somewhere else? I would make a little rock stack like that in the direction of the entrance so that no matter which way I go, if I go that way, when I come back, I could see that the rock stack guides me towards the exit. So we can always get out of a cave no matter how lost you get. In this cave, I suspect that rock stack exists to show you which way you ought to go. But I know because this cave was mapped in the 70s that we can go either way and it makes a big loop. That's what we'll do. But look at this ceiling stuff.
Obviously this rock, when it flowed through here, lava, was so liquid, it sloshed up on the side and really made an interesting form. Came around this corner and...
Oh yeah, I see. So the lava comes around so fast, it's like a river that just pops up on there.
Yep. Because the other side's much lower.
Pumice.
Lots of pumice.
You can stop all you need.
Got 2 more caves in mine today?
No, it's just I stopped to take video. It's a natural thing. I'll be like, I'll video this, and then the person will stop and go the other way. I'm a film director in my own movie, and no one knows they're in.
Nice cave. Oh, good high ceiling.
Yeah, I said it's pretty high in here. Look at this bad boy. Pretty neat, huh?
This looks a little bit like Beaver Cave.
Yeah, a little bit. Look at that upper passage up there.
It is.
I'm going to climb this while holding my light, my camera, and walking up Grandpa's back. I'm going to get some good footing here if I can. Okay, I got a good handhold. I'm going to get a second one. No, okay, I got a good low handhold. I'm going to step here.
Got it.
You want to put your butt against the wall? Okay. So it doesn't move, that's all.
Okay.
Ready? Let's see what I'm doing here. One more. Got it.
I'll wait for you in case you got to come. Here's your cup.
Yep. Well, I'm sure that didn't look spectacular on the camera, but it was spectacular in real life, so leave me alone. Life was hard for me. Okay, I'll be right back. I shouldn't go too far.
You think it goes through?
No, I don't. Wattle height, about 3 foot. But I bet you I get out of sight here. Wattle, wattle, wattle. 4 foot ceilings. But it goes back a ways. It's all original floor, original ceiling. It's a very wet cave, considering it's been pretty dry out. So, the map indicates that this room should be 5 feet high, and it's about 3 feet high. And it indicates that that way over there, okay, to my right, should be a pass-through that's 2 feet high, and it's like 6 inches. So there is no passing through that direction anymore. That's that way. It's like 6 inches high. To my left is supposed to be stand-up, and it's only a couple feet high. So what that means, hey, there's Dad. What that means is the 1980 explosion filled this with sand, and the back of this cave might no longer exist. I'm going to go into what's listed as the hub room and see if it goes through. It is clearly not the cave it once was. Interesting. So, as I said, saying to Dad there, this cave is filled with sand. It had sand before, but now it's closer to the ceiling, and it means some of the passages are plugged, which means some of this cave is no longer passable. That's fine. Just the way it is. Back down. I'll show you what it looks like to me, because I actually think it's pretty cool looking. Look at that. Back, down. Do that, Cephas. Oh. Pretty cool.
Great video.
Oh, okay. Let me, okay. I'm gonna give myself a job. Here. Just setting up my camera. I better lower this. That'll help. That'll help. Now, have Dad and company there.
Clearly, some of these rocks in the floor are pumice from the surface.
Cup down on purpose. And then, okay.
Back here on purpose.
It's going to be easier without you coming down.
Pardon?
It'll be easier without you coming down, because I can drop. I can get myself to here, like this. All my lighting gear and everything's still up there. I just put it where I can reach and grab it. I can go. That's a very clean side passage. Okay.
So the cave is pretty darn clean.
Yeah, it is a clean cave. I need to grab my items.
It's just interesting finding pumice in here.
Oh, it's a lot of it. I'm gonna take some video of that.
Pumice is not natural to the ground
No, it's from Mount St. Helens, I think.
because it's volcanic ash.
I'm still grabbing at my gear. I got one more swipe to make. Not yet. Oh, so powerful. Oh, I switched hands with just hand weight on one, body weight on one hand. I can only do that for a moment though. I no longer have the, they all go through. Pretty cool. What's that?
4 feet.
Watch out, your hood is sort of poofy and it's snagging you. The hood snag!
Amazing stuff.
Want to see something cool? Look at that. Oh yeah, we do have to, it's a little low here. All these little rooms. That goes that way, this way. You don't like the low crawls. Flip. So convenient. Thank you, phone. Want me to check the map? I think I will. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Shine on the rocks to your left there, your light. Look at those rocks there, just the jaggedness of them. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Oh, and nice color. Yeah, that's a big breakdown. Looks like little cliffs. Sharp. That's the floor. Where are we going with our lives here? I guess that way. Boy, it's a big cave, huh?
It is a big cave.
All right.
That goes around.
Well, yeah. It's great with your bright orange jacket and everything.
Just going around the big floor here.
Well, I mean, it's like 600 feet, so calling it a pillar is... Wow, it's a wobbler. I got a wobbler there. There's a ceiling hole here. Well, that goes through, Dad.
Huh?
That goes through to your other little room, that's all.
That's it. That goes through?
Yeah, to the right, to that room that you just looked at. Remember you said it's just a room?
Wow.
Probably had a crack in the floor. Cool, huh? I'm not asking you to crawl it out, I'm just noting. Look at the spine there. It's so much prettier with somebody walking up ahead with a big light like that.
Look at this. Look at this kind of crack action.
It is awesome. This direction does.
Wow.
The other direction, it ends. It's listed as ending. I'm not checking today. That's not what we're doing.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty cool. So this is pumice, and this is likely an event unrelated to the origination of the cave, because the cave would have been lava, but pumice is a rock that is super light, and I think I can show you that without destroying everything here. Probably I'm just going to go ahead and destroy everything. Oh wow, that's bright. Pumice is, oh yeah, it's a super light rock. This weighs like a feather. This stuff is really light. It's not like regular rock, so it's a very light rock. And it's likely from, again, the volcanic explosion that happened here in the early 80s that, oh, and I've lost Dad. He's up there. See him way up there? In any case, so this is throughout this cave, and it gives a nice change up of color and style of volcanic activity to the regular lava flow. It's not lava. It's a rock that's filled with air that's something due to the obliteration of the volcano. And this is nice. And I'm walking on here, it's called a lava tongue, and you can see that because it rises a little bit above the floor. And if they get real precise, we call them dragon's tongues because they look like an actual tongue. Here, it's a little more like, I'll take this off there and you can see a little better. It's so bright. There you go. See there? It's a different color rock. It's raised a bit above the surface of the floor. Beautiful lava tongue passage. Dad's up there doing his own filming. Trying to become TikTok famous, probably. That'll look really pretty. That's beautiful, huh? That's more of a dragon's tongue.
Big pumice in here. How did that get in?
Yeah, the volcano shoved it in.
Wow, we didn't know we do our entrance.
Look at the flow lines here, really neat. Oh yeah, it's quite an entrance.
What do you call it now? Oh, you can feel the air coming through it though.
You feel it now? Yeah. Get down in there and feel the drafties.
All right. Put my glove back on for.
We're never gonna get lost. We might get stuck down here.
What an awesome cave. You'll just take people in. You don't have to worry about it being 5 miles long.
Let's stand up, yeah. Well, I said, I'm always looking for caves that you might.
This is as tight as the sump. IMO. Well, your feet make a good fulcrum to crawl with. Toes forward, toes back.
It's good for your shoes too, huh? We've tried a lot of things, and we live or die.
I think it's neat that people are interested enough to comment.
Yes. It depends on my mood how sassy I am. Some people now I've seen are copying my comments and sharing those because it's so hilarious sometimes. If somebody's sassy with me, I get sassy back. It depends on my mood, like I said. But yeah, when people complain or something, it's nice that they are comfortable enough that they trust you with their complaint. That's what I always say. That's why family complains to family a lot, because you trust that person with your complaint. There's an ant down here, and I'd say he's fairly lost. He's like, I went in this bark and I came out inside this cold cave. Now I don't know where I'm at. So I'm crawling through this area.
You might get asked several times over, it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, at least we kind of needed the rope. Oh my goodness. When you're working really hard, it's hard to narrate stuff, you know? You're just trying to... Are we not back yet? If you want me to, I can even take your phone and get you coming through here.
Okay.
I'll get up through here first and reach down for it. And go as slow as anybody with my bag. Yeah, it does go down the other direction. If somebody was so inclined. Boy, that draft is good here. Once you sort of plug it with your body. But it's a warm draft because it's warmer outside than it is in here. Let me get all the way up in here with my gear in what we call the twilight room. It's always twilight in here because it's always just this glowing green area. I'm gonna set this here. Let me get myself out of here so you can come all the way through. And I assume you want it TikTok style, or Instagram style. Nobody takes proper video anymore. Greenery. It's always a little bit of daytime in here, but not fully daytime because above us is the entrance. And I'll show that to you once it gets in here. Because again, work is never done. Coming up through here, that pole is our exit strategy. Do you have an exit strategy in life? Do you know how to get out of situations that you get in? Did you plan for your future? Call now, Bill Sanders Mutual Funds. So he's out, and then that's the way we gotta go. That it's gonna be hard to combine these two. I'd grab your other hand on this rope here. You're fine here. Watch this.
Okay. The problem was the twisted ladder.
I know, it sucks. It twisted on me coming down too, and I was like, this is gonna be fun. I'd leave it twist just like that, it's good. Okay. Think about what your next move here is.
Much farther this
Okay.
time. Now we're making it.
Yeah, well, that first step is tough. There you go.
Got it.
Easy money.
Fortunately, there's a rock up here.
Yeah, once you're that high. I didn't expect you to fall. So this is Dad and I, and we came on what we think is the other side of this cave. Since it was blocked in the middle, I'm gonna drop down in here and see if we can find, if I can connect the cave or see if it's full of sand. But anyways, it's a pretty cool area with full of holes everywhere. That's a hole, that's a hole. East hole. Here we go. Yo, heave ho. This is the formation room. This is after a really long crawl, but the room is open. Anyway, so I wanted to check and see if this was still open or had been filled with sand, and it looks like it's still super open. And look at these beautiful formations. Lava does this. And as long as it doesn't get bumped, which it shouldn't, because, you know, who comes to a place like this? Most people, that's just a good strong no. So, it's up to us to show them to you. Look at that, beautiful. That was once fiery lava. Goes along this whole shelf here, which is pretty interesting. Trying to go slow. Nice and slow. Look at these, they're pretty good size there. Half a foot. Drip, 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 falls down to the ground where these beautiful formations are. And these get high sometimes. These are very small, but interesting. Got some on the wall over here. That's neat. See how it's a different color? It's a different kind of lava that comes on top of the original lava. Here's a big blob that slops and drops itself right down through there like that. Just beautiful. That is a neat one right there. They're all along here. Let me walk you along here and show you. Then I'm going to take a couple of pictures. All along this wall. Super interesting how the lava pours like that. We like how that looks. That's always nice. This is a big room, actually. See, the room is quite large size. And the formations just drip along here. Really neat. Look at that, untouched for 1,000 years. Actually, probably about 10,000. Here's a whole chunk that broke off, and that's neat looking. This goes in a giant circle around this room. It's just how it's made. There was still hot lava coming through the cracks when the rocks broke free and ended up creating these really nice formations. Seems to go all the way around the room. Isn't that something? Really interesting. And I thought it might be filled with sand, but it looks like it is not filled with sand. I took my knee pads off, I took my backpack off, so I can hustle much quicker. But there's no super fast way to do these crawls. Now this is a crawl that a lot of people can do, where it's not technically tight, in the sense that it's not a squeezer. Excuse me. This kind of crawl is not a squeeze. This kind of crawl is like a low, well, we would call it a crawl, but as you can see, I'm not scraping, so it's not a squeeze. A squeeze is when you literally scrape. And I'm not literally scraping here, I'm just scooching my body with my toes and my elbows. And that works pretty good for me. It's a good core workout, and some of these passages get pretty long, but this one's not too bad. So it's also not that grabby. I have a good tight shirt on, so it doesn't grab too much, and I shouldn't get too scraped up. And if it's a little tighter, then it's a lot slower because you actually have to scrape your body, and that's obviously not only slower, but it's painful. And there's only so much of that your body is willing to go through. I'd be a little quicker if I had knee pads because I could army crawl some of this, but I don't have my knee pads on, so I can't put weight on my knees because that's literally, putting them in the rocks is extremely painful. And I'm tough, but I'm unwilling to make personal sacrifices that deep. I'm gonna need my knees later. A lot of people in their 40s, knees are already shot. Mine are good to go. So I'd like to be respectful of that. Get myself another 30 years, 40 years, 100 years out of my knees. Let's see how old I can get. Okay, so I think I have one more crawl before I get there. There's a waddle room, and I'm a pretty good waddler. One of the fastest. Again, good knees. Look at these beautiful flow lines here along the edge of the cave. That's nice. Ripping up through here. Cave gets pretty small. This is my specialized 2-foot waddle. Which way do I go? I guess this way. I guess this way. Boy, the darkness is persistent in here. Am I lost? Maybe. I don't remember this at all. I don't know where I'm at. That'd be cool. Been a while since I've been lost. I don't see my footprints. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you stay with me since I feel like I'm lost. That might be interesting. No, that goes through, but I don't understand. I don't understand where I'm at. I don't remember anything this tight. This is very tight. It appears to go through, but mamma mia. I'm gonna check my map. This is happening. This is why I have a map. This is a very old map. It's probably not accurate, but I don't remember being this crawly at all. So I must have taken a wrong way. And now I suffer the consequences. There you go. Well, I keep bumping it because I can't see where it's at. Okay, here. Yeah, that's pretty tight. That's not gonna be fun. Can I even fit through that? Well, I don't know what happened. Okay, I took a wrong turn somewhere, and now I have to pay the price. Mostly it's difficult because I'm trying to record. If I put all my equipment away, I can zip pretty quickly, but boy, am I glad I don't have my bag with me. That'd be tough to bring through here. Trying to get my phone through and all this gear. So I'm set way down there. Let's figure this out. All right. Wherever I'm at, there I am. Sorry. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Still not really squeezing, but you know, it's not my favorite here. I don't know when my phone's always broken. That doesn't make no sense. I'm very careful. It's a joke. I really don't know what happened here. I don't know how I got off this way or anything at all. But you can see that it's coming open. Woo, good little squeeze right there. It's because I get filming and then I don't pay attention to my roots the way I'm going. Hopefully I don't have to go back through that. If this is not the right way, then I do have to go back through it. And I don't want to. So a lot of times you don't see us because we'll get where we're a little bit nervous. And it's hard to think while we're filming. We try to give an accurate portrayal of events that are actually occurring. So if we make mistakes, stuff like that, we actually want to show them. People say, oh, you cave wrong. Well, sometimes we do. We want to show that. But there are times when even we get nervous and we have to make better decisions, which means we got to turn the equipment off and then just give our full concentration to getting out of the cave. I don't know where I'm at. This sucks. I'd say I got fully lost. And now I don't know where I'm at all. Okay. I will get you back out when I make it out. I made it out. So, yeah, I got a little bit lost. I'll explain that when I get out, so you know, I have to explain it once. Because Dad will be wondering if I lived or died. And I lived. I usually do. Sometimes I don't, though. Those are rough days. Woo woo!
You made a big loop.
Well, to be honest, I don't know what I did.
Well, you went in down there.
I got a little bit lost.
You dug quite a bit too.
I was trying to get out.
Wow.
So,
I heard you coming for a long time.
yeah, you can hear it through the rocks. How close do you got to get to that hill to be able to figure out what's going on?
Woo!
The ants of fires.
Boy, that is a fire ant hill.
Put your face in that. Woo! If I look at it too long, my skin will crawl tonight when I'm trying to sleep. no.
I can feel them biting.
I know. Anything you feel.
I'm not kidding you. I had one on my...
That's probably a pine needle. It's the pine needle was poking you. I was watching. You feel anything when you're looking at ants, and it's terrifying.